hot box. Freaking. All right, guys. So let's do the Hellboy McFarlane review. Yeah, you know it was coming. So I did snatch him up, and he looks good in the box. So let's see what McFarlane did with this bad boy. Alright guys, so it is insanely hot. We're having a heat wave on the East Coast, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So we got a quick front shot, quick back shot, cool comic art going on. So boom! Alright guys, we got Hellboy here. And if you could tell by the tone of my voice already, I don't hate this. I don't hate it. Okay, let's clear the air. Look, I bash stuff that deserves to be bashed because it needs to be addressed and it's continuous. Okay, it's consistent. Those are the things that I bash. I have good reviews on brands, I have bad reviews on brands, and if I do comparisons, you could see I point things out regardless of how much I like something. You know, nothing is perfect, things can be damn near perfect, but that's about it. So, the Hellboy looks great. We're going to start off with the accessories and everything first. We'll get the card out of the way first, because it is a nice card. It's the normal generic stuff. It is nice that his stuff usually has a generic, if you want to, you know, freeze frame there and take this. It does have the story of Hellboy, you know, a couple days before Christmas. So, let's get the card out of here. Got a Hellboy stand with the Hellboy logo. It does look nice. It's the generic, you know, McFarlane stand. He does have a little bit of an issue, but I'll get into that. Like he's standing just fine right there. All right. So that's articulation. That's coming up. Then we got his Hand of Doom, 2 versions. I guess you could probably get something in there to hold, like a, you know, like a pipe or something to hold in there. But it's like glossy, so it has this. It's good. The details are nice on it. Could use well, now there's a bit of a wash on there, so it looks alright. And it does look cool. You know, it's got a big old peg to swap in and out, so that does interchange very easily. And then he's got 3, count them, 3 left hands. Well, 4 if you're counting the one that's the semi-pistol holding hand. So let's get into those. So he's got a fist, which is good, because you need a fist. Okay, he's got a fist on the regular hand. He's got a fist on the Hand of Doom. He's got this kind of sprawly magic almost type hand, I guess. Good on the details. It's all veiny and stuff. You can see there's a bit of a wash on there, so that's nice. You know, this is really not bad. It's I'm actually happy that I did get this one and saved a couple bucks on Boss Fight Studios. Now this hand could have used a little bit of love. I get what it's going for. I definitely get that it's supposed to be the cigar. That could have been like a little. I mean, it could have been a little more defined as a cigar. Like I don't know, like, I'm being a little nitpicky here, like, I guess it gets it across. It doesn't look that great, like, in my opinion, but it doesn't look, like, terrible. Could have had a little brown going on, just to kind of bring it out a little more, but I get what was going on here. It's supposed to be his, cigar, so I guess that works. Alright, so let's get into the big boy himself. As you can see, he stands just fine, because he does have ankle pivoting and everything, so that works. He's got the other accessory that he did come with is the gun up here, and that other hand, that trigger hand. So details are really, really good on this guy. He looks fantastic. He's got the yellowish eyes, and head goes all the way around, because it could be, I guess, swappable with the other one. He's got the sideburns and everything, like, everything looks pretty damn good. There's a lot of details on him. Like, he's got a decent kind of ab crunch going on, like a double ab crunch, which is good for McFarlane stuff. Swivel there. Everything, like, is really nice. Like, this is all painted nicely. There's nothing really missing too much. The tail is on, like, a kind of bendy wire, but it doesn't really give you much. It's very stiff, so that can potentially break off of his ass. Let's be real here. This, I can already see it almost kind of wanting to pop off. So that kind of sucks. Okay, here comes some gripes. This is a brand new mold. Now, the legs, obviously you could see the pins there. So you could have experimented here. Like, these legs most likely could have been reused on something else. And because I mean, how much stuff is going to be borrowed from this to move on to something else where you're clearly going to use reuse because you want to get the most of your molds. But here you could have did the pinless technology, because this part of the leg could have easily been used for other figures. You know, like you break off the foot and whatever, you know, it could have been easily reused and utilized. And there's no thigh cut, which, due to the aesthetic, that's the perfect place. I mean, look, that is the perfect spot for a thigh cut. And same thing down here. This would have been the perfect spot for a boot cut. Not that like the ankles work, but that feels like it's gonna wear and everything. And he's kind of hefty. He's kind of top heavy, obvious reasons. His legs are thinner, upper body is a lot heavier. So just having the added support from those cuts would have balanced out the figure a lot better. And yeah, the stand helps and everything, like all of his stuff. But yeah, these are little things that I'm saying. It's a brand new mold, guys. So what was the issue of not going in on those little extras to improve your biggest products, which is your figure line? I don't think any of the other stuff really moves as much as like his figures do. I mean, I think his figure line is the stuff that sells the most, no? So why wouldn't you want to put some extra money into your moneymaker? Let's move on. The jacket is kind of, it works. It seems a little cheap. I did get the Boss Fight Studios. I have that on pre-order, so I could potentially swap out the head, and that jacket looks a lot better. I'm sure I'll do a little comparison or video when that comes in. But the jacket it is what it is. You got to think about price point and everything. It's not like terrible. It's kind of the stretchy material. The top piece is it's about the same material, just a different shade. There's a sticker or graphic on here that works. And yeah, so articulation is pretty good. You know, he's got the shoulder sockets and everything up and down. It does go all the way around. The arms, double jointed elbows right there. Double jointed elbows right here too. I thought it was single. I'm thinking of something else. The leg goes up not too far. Double knees that are very crunchy, but look right there. Even look, it gets hindered with that tail. I mean, that's really it. Details and everything are nice. This does flap open. I got it closed. It was hard to get open and closed. This isn't like, honestly, it's a rundown. It's a basic McFarlane figure. Not a whole lot going on. Not the greatest and not the worst. I do like it though. I do like that it's good, affordable representation. It's not bad by any means. But, I mean, it's not really... He's got a toe hinge, which I think I missed over. You know, a lot of good ankle movement, which you need, because you gotta get him to stand up. So, I mean, you definitely gotta work on him a little bit. It's not terrible, though. Oh, look, he stands very easily. See, talking shit. But I don't hate this figure at all. It is decent representation. You can get some stuff going on. So, I like it. You know, I do like it. So, let's move on to some size comparisons. Alright, so we got him here with Colossus from Marvel Select and Captain America, more standard size Marvel Legend. And I think it works. I do think it works. He's got the size, the beefiness. He could have been maybe a little bigger, but I don't think Hellboy is like huge like that. So I think this works on like basic like 1/12 if that's what you're going for. Alright, so let's jump right into the controversy. Alright guys, so we got the Mattel $12 core premium figure on your right, and a McFarlane Batman Hush on your left. Now, Size preference is based on your preference. It's opinionated, okay? But I do think that the Mattel one scales better for this specific situation. Look, hey, there's nothing wrong with that Hush Batman on the left, okay? I really like that Hush Batman, and I really like the Mattel freaking Batman on the right. Like, but here for me, I think the Mattel one scales better, at least for what I would be going for. Like, I don't think Batman is supposed to be towering over Hellboy. Is he? And lastly, just to spice it up with other 112 properties, we got Ryu from the Jade Toy Street Fighter line on your right, and Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction, on your left from the Masterverse? New Eternity. Yeah, that's honestly my favorite Skeletor. And I think it looks good. I think he did a good job on this Hellboy. I think he did a good job. Look, I'm not, hey guys, I'm not shitting on it that much. I'm not. So, alright, let's wrap this up. Alright, and let's wrap up with an action shot, as always. So, all in all, I dig it. I like it. It's a cool Hellboy. It's an affordable Hellboy. Good luck getting your hands on him because of the normal McFarlane fiascos that happen without having to pay an upcharge. He's definitely a good price for what you get. There's some questionable things, as always. Like I said, brand new mold. Don't understand why he can't experiment with putting money into his stuff that he should be doing to kind of show a little appreciation towards the people that support his stuff. I'm going extra selective on his stuff, and if this happens to be my last McFarlane review, I am glad it's a good one. I don't hate it by any stretch. Like I said, it's nice. The articulation is not bad. The details are on point. And yeah, I've got no major complaints other than questionability. That's all. But yeah, guys, if you need an affordable Hellboy, if you can get him at what he is supposed to be, I would suggest trying to grab him up. I don't know what's going on with the Boss Fight Studios one. That looks good as well. Definitely a little better on aesthetic. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. I'm more than happy with this one. It does the job. And yeah, you guys know me. Always on the lookout for cool stuff to bring to you. Always calls it how I sees it. And I'll catch you guys next time in the cave.